Everybody, Mega 31 back here for FSIDFS. Going to be covering the NASCAR Xfinity slate quickly. My voice is starting to give out again, so just going to bang right through this. With what happened in practice and qualifying, you're going to have two massive chalk plays today. Very, very high ownership. It's going to be Ty Gibbs and Riley Herbst. Both of them are very good drivers and good cars. They're going to start at the back of the field, so pretty much everybody's going to lock them in. So I think in cash, it's just trying to figure out what other four drivers you're going to put in the field. So I think that just looking at the top here, Sam Mayer got the pole. He's had a fast car. He's been doing better. But he kind of reminds me of Ty Majeski if you watch the truck race, who could get out there and lead a couple laps and then finish in the top 10. But with all the other good cars and cup drivers in here, not really factor in. So I think he's a good GPP play. I think he can lead some laps, but I think some of these guys up top are going to get ahead of him, and I don't think he's going to end up finishing first or dominating the race by any means. All guy right behind him, I think is going to be very popular. I think people are going to think he overtakes Mayer and dominates this race. So I'm okay with him cash. GPP play, Ryan Pierce starting third. He was in the truck race. He was really mad. He was about to win it. And then Carson Hocevar heartbreaks for the kid, like trying to get his first win so bad. Just keep on cheering for him every week and betting each week for him because it's going to come sooner or later in the truck series. But they rubbed each other. Pierce was kind of mad about it because he could have won that race. Now he's here. It does say it's a BJ McLeod car. I think it has some Stuart Haas backing to it. So I think it's a good play. I think it's a GPP play, but I think it might be a borderline cash play, and it's a pretty good price here at 9.3. I like it better than Mayer just because of just the hunger I think he has after last night and seeing the course, for in the truck. Josh Berry, same thing, is a talented driver. This junior motorsports cars are fast. Would have surprised me if he got up there and dominated and won this race. Not at all. Brandon Jones in fifth position is always a GPP. He's boom or bust. He's going to go out there and do really, really well, or he's going to have an issue, spin, something like that, rub the wall, rub somebody the wrong way, and end up not doing well. So he's always GPP just because he's so volatile. I like the price on him, but I think in the context of the slate, I don't think I'm going to have many shares of him. Trevor Bayne, on the other side, I think I'm really interested in. This 18 car is like an all-star car. He and Ryan Truex have been racing it among others and doing pretty well. So I think you have a little bit of place differential there. I think he can hang around the top 5 in it with his pit crew, and he's a decent experienced driver. So I think that's really good. I think that I like Grayson probably the best here out of like all the cup drivers, out of all the regular Xfinity drivers here without like the fill-in people. I think he's probably the most talented and one of the best. I think he's having a season kind of like Zane Smith is having in trucks. So I think, he's probably going to end up to the top 5. There's some place differential here. He's in a fast car. So I think he's the one I'm going to lock in as my dominator up here with the other prime plays, and I'll figure out who the other two are. AJ Allmendinger, I think it's a little expensive. There's some place differential there for GPP. Jimmy Hill starting way too far up. Definitely a fade there. Daniel Hemrick, I like the price too. I think he can stay in the top 10 at 87. That's a decent price for a cash play if it fits your build. Stephen Parsons starting way too far up. Austin Dillon or Landon Castle here is at 81. GPP also. He's had some good stretches, some bad stretches, good stretches. There's no consistency there, so that's why I can't play him in cash. Austin Dillon, I think, can be a cash play. I think he's be highly owned. He's in the big machine here. Jay Buford was running this car, and then they said, hey, let's just throw a bunch of cup drivers in this car. This car has always been fast. It's a decent program. So I think he's definitely someone that you consider also. But in the Cup Series, and maybe it's just adjusting to the new car, he's just been average this year. I'm sure he's got more talent than a lot of the drivers here. And starting 13th, I think he could probably move up, definitely. But 10-1 is a lot of money to spend when you've got some really good options in the 9K range. So I think he's a cash play. I think he'll be highly owned just based on his cup name recognition, but I don't think I'm going to play a ton of him. Moffitt, Judd Burton, JJ Yaley might be starting a little too far forward, but I like the price on Yaley. Burton and Moffitt GPP. If you need somebody in the 7K range, they're okay. And not too many options there. I'd probably drop down to Ryan Sieg if I was looking for someone around there. If I can't get up to Sieg, then I think these guys are okay to plug in. Sheldon Creed, I like. These Richard Childress cars are fast. Just needs a little bit more experience in the car. Same as he and Austin Hill, the teammates. I think they're both cash plays that you can throw in there. A little bit of place differential. So if you're in that range, I think that I like them there. Brendan Poole, it's pretty cool that he qualified this high up, but I'm just not interested in that car starting 19th. If it's starting 29th and 46, I consider it. So it's fade for me there. Weatherman, I think, can be a GPP, but he's in the Jesse Anua car. It's been better without Jesse driving it. 6,200, I'd prefer probably 5,200 there, but GPP, but I think you can do better in the 6K range. I don't know, actually, really, there's slim pickings there, but if you can get up to the next guy, or actually, sorry, Ryan Sieg's there. Sieg, I think, is starting in a good spot here. He usually qualifies in the top 10 and probably can get up to the top 15. And that ride 7-4, good price, cash play definitely there. And then my third prime play, besides the guys in the bottom, is going to be Jeremy Clements here. 6,400, 23rd. He definitely has top 15 upside here, or he can at least finish where he started at 6,400. It's a good price. It opens up a lot for, and I really like him there. Joe Graff is too volatile. He wrecks a lot. I'm out on him. Bailey Curry, I think, is going to be very, very popular. Cheap guy, probably the cheapest, safest guy here. 25th isn't a bad starting spot for him. Can definitely probably stay in top 25. Good car, veteran driver, runs a race, and usually has a great floor. So cash there, probably highly owned. Josh Williams, GPP, struggled to make the cut for races here, but it's been doing a little bit better recently. But 4,900 is not a bad price. Wish he was starting like 35th. So if he fits your build, that's fine. If I don't, I think I'd rather play CJ McLaughlin for $100 less. So, but if you need two guys, if you're doing some like really high end build, I think he and McLaughlin work okay. Matt Mills not interested in Shane Lee, Ryan Ellis, GPP plays. Just think I like the place differential, probably finish where they start, but Shane Lee's okay at 52, but 65 is a little too high there. Anthony Alfredo, I think, has a lot of place differential. He's been doing better. Our Motorsports is a decent program. It's not as bad as some of the cars down here. So, but I think he's definitely going to be passed by Gibbs and Herbst. But I think you can play him cash. Nicolas Sanchez is an ARCA driver that's trying to transition here. I think he's got a bright future, but not yet. So I think he's a fade for me. Brown and Snyder, same thing. There's a little bit of savings, a little bit more place differential off of Alfredo. So I think those guys are finding cash. Garrett Smithley, not super excited at 6,700. It's kind of a high price. But I think he can move up over like Williams and Mills and Lee and Sanchez. So I think you could probably get Green like about 5 spots there. Like I said, CJ McLaughlin, I'm okay with him. I think he's probably, I think the safer one is playing Bailey Curry, but if you need somebody in the 4K range, I think he's not a bad play here at all. The Ryan Sieg racing car is not a garbage car. They're only fielding 2 cars in this field. So actually, there are 3 cars in the field, but still, they've been consistent this year. And then you have your chalk plays of Ty Gibbs and Riley Hurst, probably going to be super, super 40, 50, 60% owned. It just makes sense to plug them in cash. The GPP, if you think, at 11K that Ty Gibbs is not going to get up there and get into contention, or he's going to get wrecked by some of these scrubs in the back, then that's a narrative you're looking for. And if it does happen and he does finish with only like 6 or 7 points and not, get normal Ty Gibbs like 30 points, or actually his season average 42, then he's not going to pay off his price tag, and then your gamble is right there. Jeffrey Earnhardt starting dead last. He's not a horrible driver. Like TK and I usually don't play him, like especially when he's in the 20s, but he's got no place to go up. But playing 7,700 for that's just way too expensive. So GPP, I don't think, I think a lot of people will just probably stack these three and then fill in things, but I'd rather go up to Jeremy Clements as my third prime play, pairing with Gibbs and Herbst and Cash. So it's kind of the breakdown. Like I said, no Grayson is my favorite guy up top. I think you can make a case for a lot of guys up there. Mid-range, I kind of like the Richard Childress guys. Value guys that we're looking at here are going to be kind of Ryan Sieg, Bailey Curry, down in the lower range, probably CJ McLaughlin. So I'm MegaRuler31. If you have any questions, put them in the chat below. Reach out to me on Twitter at MegaRuler31, and just continue to check out our channel. We'll have the NASCAR Cup Series video hopefully tonight. TK and I'll be able to get together and bang that one out, and hopefully you guys have success today. So if you want more information on FSIDFS, you can go to the description of the video, and all the information is there. And thanks for watching. Please give us a like, share with your friends, and subscribe to our channel so you know when our videos are coming out. And good luck today. I'll see you next time.